Hey guys, welcome. We're just getting set up here. Hey Josie, welcome to the live. Doing well, just getting set up here. We're at the local pond again, just Largent Bend. We got stormed out last night. We came and tried to fish here, and as soon as I got set up, a freaking hurricane freaking came through here. Not literally, but damn near. It was pretty rough. So we're gonna give her another shot. How you doing today? We're just getting baited up here. Hey, Tahir. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hope y'all are having a wonderful afternoon. I got finished up with my work early, so I'm dropping a line in at the pond and see if we can get something. Tahir says I'm from Iran. Welcome. Wow. I don't know that I've ever had anybody from Iran in my stream before. That's pretty cool. Welcome to the live. I'm gonna go sit down and hold this pole over here. These bites are pretty finicky. If I don't set the hook right away, they normally steal the worm. Oh. Oh, beautiful day out. A little bit of a breeze. It's a little warm. I think it's like low 90s here right now, 91 maybe. It's a little warm still, but not too shabby. So we've got a carp pole in the water right now, bread balls on it, and then the second pole here, I've just got worms at the moment. We're gonna run this for a little bit, see what we can pull, and then we'll switch over to throwing a couple of different options for bass here in a little bit. As I was saying just a moment ago, we were here for, I don't know, a little bit less than an hour last night. It was beautiful when I got set up, but a storm dropped in my lap, and it just got so windy that my connection was starting to get bad, and the poles were dancing. It's just no fun. I mean, it was like 30-mile-an-hour plus gusts. A little gnarly. Josie says, how's the weather in Iran? Tahir says, very hot. Yeah, I think they're out in the desert there. It's probably always a bit warm. Oh, 30 viewers. Welcome, everybody. Got a little bullhead? Nice. Yeah, they're an infrequent catcher. You can get them every once in a while, though. You just bottom fishing with a worm? Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool. What color are its barbels? Yellow or black? The barbels, what color are they? Black. So that's a black bullhead. Normally the yellow bullheads will have anywhere from white to a grayish color. The black bullhead have black. Yeah, so the guy fishing here next to me, he just got a little black bullhead. They're just a little catfish. Pull them out of here every once in a while. They tend to be bottom feeders. You can catch them just throwing a basic sinker and a worm. Just a bottom rig. Which is kind of what we have on this pole here. It's a high-low rig, so it's got two hooks on it, two standoffs. One of them has, no, I guess that's the carp pole. Both of these have little corkies on it on the line that I'm holding, which are floaters, so it keeps it up off the bottom 6 inches, 12 inches. So we probably won't be catching any black bullheads. Maybe some sucker, maybe a carp, maybe bass, maybe perch. There are rumored to be trout in here, but I think Fish, Wildlife, and Park is lying. They say they stock this pond every year with trout, but I think somebody from FWP takes them home and puts them in their own pond or something, because I ain't never seen a trout in here. Mark Williams, welcome to the live. How you doing today? I can't see anything. The sun glares so bad here. Can't see my screens. The heat like this, I don't know what's gonna be biting. We might get a little skunkled today, but hopefully not. One pole set up for a carp with bread balls, and then the other one I have worms on with a little corky on it, so it floats it a little bit off the bottom. So it might get perch, might get bass. Oh yeah. Usually you won't catch them with a bottom rig. Sometimes they'll bite on it. For the little guys, I like to float a little, just a little bobber with, 12 to 16 inches of leader on it and a worm. And you just drag it across the surface and you'll get the little ones to bite off that. There's some good sized bass in here though. I've seen 5+ pounders pulled out. They're a pretty infrequent catch, the big ones. Tons of small ones in here though. Sorry, I'm probably yelling in y'all's ears. Apologize for that. Talking to the guy fishing down the bank from me. Yeah, this pond, I think most people come here to fish for bass because it's one of the only bass ponds in the area. Um, the bigger bass here, though, are pretty infrequent catch. Most of the catches, I'd say, are probably under 12 inches, though I've caught a couple of 2-pounders, almost a 3-pounder out of here. And every once in a while, you'll see somebody pull a 4 or 5-pounder out. Most of the time I come here to fish for carp, which has been absolutely horrible this season. I think a bunch of them died off in the winter or something. Oh, that was a bite. That was a good bite. And I missed it. Son bitch. But yeah, I come to fish for carp, oftentimes white sucker. I'll throw for bass every once in a while. You get perch as a bycatch, golden shiners. Honestly, I need to swap out these hooks that I have on here. It's set up for my bread balls, so bigger hooks that I normally catch carp with. They're a little large for most of the fish in here, though. I've been having issues getting hook sets. Lots of bites, very few hook sets. So I think I need to switch over to either some smaller bait hooks or maybe some circle hooks. It's a good sign though, they're feeding. Oh, we got a little bass jumping out of the water there. It felt like it was probably a sucker. Mark Williams says you have to cast your line out further than that. Not really. This pond is super shallow. It is, there's one hole on the corner over here that's about 8 foot, 8 to 10 foot. On the other corner of the pond over by the island over there is 8 to 10 foot. The rest of this it's pretty much 3 to 5 foot for the entirety of it. It's a very basic pond. Not a whole lot of change in elevation. Not a whole lot of cover. No structure. Just a pretty flat bottom and lots of weeds. But this carp pole, it's sitting over on the edge of the deeper part. And
The pole that I'm holding in my hand is probably about 10, maybe 15 foot off the front of the dock, which is one of the deeper spots. It dips down there. And that's, I believe, where the spring feeds this pond as well. I've never swam in here, but I always hear when I'm here fishing, people who jump in, they get to a certain spot there in front of the dock and they're like, "Oh, it's colder here. I can feel it coming up from below." So I assume that's the spring that feeds this. You get that cool spring water poking up, and it's, you know, a significantly colder than the surrounding water. I would imagine that the water in this pond is probably upper 60s, maybe even lower 70s with the heat we've been having. And honestly, a lot of the bass that I've pulled out of here, you catch them oftentimes in the shallows here. They'll snatch your line a few feet before you get it to the shore. They come out of the weed patches. But I'm cast down in the deeper area here where I think the suckers are probably lurking. Not the most exciting fish to catch, but I really like them. I think they're really pretty fish. I got some good sized ones in here, a couple pounders, pound to 2 pounds. We might be able to coax, with it being up off the bottom, I might be able to get a stray bass to bite on it as well. We doubled up on perch, not last night when we were here, but the night before. Ooh, she's toasty out here. Whew. Tempted to, I'm wearing this jacket just because I don't want to get a sunburn, but I should have picked a different color. So anybody else been out fishing today or planning on going tonight? Usually I'm more of an evening fisher, but like I said, I finished up with work early today and it looked nice out, so I figured I'd come drop the line in. I think it's supposed to storm again tonight too, so we may not get a chance tonight. Josie, how's your day going? Got a lot of viewers in here today. Where's everybody from? I have a sneaking suspicion the bite might have stole one of my worms. That was a solid bite. Felt like a sucker.